Path of Love Mystery School. The lover-seeker archetype of the Wheel of Initiation and practice of presence. Today we are working with the Dakini archetype of Rhiannon on the Great Wheel of Initiation. Dakini is a complicated archetype, which I'm not really going to go into the full explanation of today, because we are working with her Dakini archetype as lover and as seeker. And so the lover archetype, that initiation, really sits on the basis of integration of self and love of self. That is so important to have really reached before you start sharing being lovers in the physical with another being. Of course, to be a lover of life, involves not just being in a lover's relationship with other people. It is very much part of being in the full openness, the full presence, the allowing of your heart to meet and be touched by life itself. That ecstasy of aliveness as a dance, of life making love to life itself within you and through you and all around you all the time. This is really the full joy, the full integration of the lover archetype. The seeker aspect of this archetype is about really setting out with this full knowing of the home of the heart, this love for yourself, this acceptance of yourself, this having undertaken to do the deep work of integration of shadow aspects of yourself, so that you can become more and more the lover, the being love in action in the world. So the seeker needs to leave the house of the mother, the house of the father, the house of that which is familiar, the role that you have in your childhood, your relationship as a man towards the feminine in the form of your mother, to leave that relationship, whether that was a good relationship or not such great relationship, as a woman, to leave your relationship with your father, whether that was a beautiful relationship or a challenging, difficult relationship, so that you are free to seek that which your soul calls, that which you need as an experience of lover with another being, whatever gender and whatever form those relationships take. If you have not left the house of the mother, if you have not left the house of the father, if you have not become seeker, if you have not stepped into that initiation, through that initiation gateway, you are forever in one way or the other, trying to fix, resolve, sort out, undo, or redo the relationship you're actually having with your mother or with your father. And this is what we often find in love relationships in particular, that in the shadow attraction, there is always this unresolved sorting out. You have not actually really become the free seeker. You are forever still, at least a part of you, held, hooked in to the house of the parent. And in some societies, I mean, I'm going to take Italy as a good example, though it's certainly not the only one. Mothers in particular have great reluctance to let their sons go. Also their daughters, but that's a slightly different dynamics. It's particularly the sons. And this is actually in all patriarchic cultures, because the survival and the raison d'être, the reason for being, the status, and really whether you matter at all, depends as a woman on your relationships to the men in your family line. First your father, to some extent your brothers and uncles, then your husband, and then your son. And so this ownership of sits as a very deep wounding, the lack of setting free, the lack of actually liberating um, the sons in particular out of the house of the mother, so that they are free to become seekers and can enter into the archetype of the lover. For women, as daughters of fathers in patriarchy, the same is very much true. There are different rules for boys and girls as they're growing up, as they enter the explorer age. And this whole conditioning is very problematic, and it has become so normalized. It is not natural. It's not at all the natural way of being. It's certainly not freedom, but it is what we have become very used to, and so considered to be normal, considered to be how things always have been and should be. And so this part of the archetype of the lover, the seeker, this stepping out, which has really been informed by the Pathfinder, that part of us that initiates and dares to go outside of the form that is the norm. So then the seeker really is free, but it comes from a heart freedom. It comes from a freedom and openness and expansion of the heart. This is the place from where the lover initiates. This is the place from where the lover gets to experience sacred sexuality in a loving connection with another person. And so, of course, in our society, there is particularly an enormous amount of distortion around sexuality. And so the lover archetype really is a part of our journey that we have to work, all of us, work with a lot to really integrate wounded parts, to really heal parts of our beliefs, our ideas, to awaken and to fully come home in the body, and to own our sexual energy so that we can be this loving seeker, this lover of life. So we are going to work today with this archetype of Rhiannon. We are going to call her in. We're going to ask her for her guidance in her form, her archetype of the Dakini lover, she who calls the seeker, she who calls us on our spiritual journeys, she who calls us to dare to love fiercely, so fiercely, that which we love fiercely, we are actually prepared to die for. This, of course, can get distorted in particularly through religions. But if we are actually feeling the pure energy of that, it is that lioness, it is that tiger energy that will do what it takes, but it comes not from a place of shielded need to protect. It's really more from a place of this love is so bright, it is so big. Yeah, and this is actually this fierce love that the archetype of the Dakini, of the lover seeker brings, is what's really needed in the world now. If we love the natural world fiercely, if we love humanity and all the beautiful things like kindness and justice and honesty and the beauty of life, we love that fiercely, our attitude in how we behave, of what is important to us, will change as well. To begin the presence practice for the lover-seeker archetype, sit quietly so that you can be very calm in your mind, in your body. Close your eyes and begin to breathe into your heart. As you do so, as you breathe in and out of your heart, connect to the deity of your heart, or to Rhiannon as goddess of your heart, and feel their presence in your heart. That is what you're breathing into and breathing out from. As you take a nice deep breath in, into the heart, into the presence of Rhiannon in your heart. Breathe out up to your eyes, so that your eyes are bathed from the inside with this radiant, loving presence. And then breathe out into your hands, from your heart down your arms. Cupping your hands,
placing them over your closed eyes. Breathe like this for a little while, breathing into the heart, out through the arms into the cups of your hands, and at the same time out from the heart up to the back of your eyes, so that you are really bathing your eyes from the inside and from the outside in the loving presence of Goddess of your heart, Rhiannon of the heart. And sit like this for a while, sit like this for a few minutes, breathing like this, bathing the eyes, so that when you are really present with the divine eye, which is the eye of love, the eye of beauty. This takes a little while, this takes a few moments. Just in stillness like this, breathing like this, bathing the eye from the inside and from the outside with her loving presence, till you become ready to meet the world through your eyes from this place of connection to your heart, to the lover, seeker, who can shine through your eyes and connect to the outside world, particularly finding beauty with the eye of love.
So that you can open your eyes and you let your eyes fall onto a thing of beauty. This can be the view from your window, this can be just some items around you. And the presence practice for this week, for this archetype, this mirror of Rhiannon, is to be very present with seeing, with vision, and in particularly to be present with vision so that you see beauty. So if we really look at something, not thinking about what we're seeing, so it's not running the dialogue that interprets what you're seeing. So for example, if you're looking out of your window at some trees and the young leaves and the sunlight on the leaves, just see green leaves. Don't have a story running, and let your eyes drink this in, this beauty. If you're looking at an item of beauty, let your eyes drink it in. Yes, see the color, see the form, see the vibrancy, see the light. And to start this practice, don't stay fixed on one thing. Let your eyes move to the next thing of beauty that attracts you, and really see it. Let your eyes be soft so that you can melt into what you're seeing, and let your mind be quiet. It doesn't have to think about anything, doesn't have to interpret anything. Just to go back to the example of the tree, be with the green. See. Be present with your precious gift of vision. Then let your eyes come to rest on another object, another thing of beauty. And again, drink it in. Let your eyes be soft, really see it. As if you're seeing it for the first time, as if your vision gets to caress it, gets to touch it, gets to make love with it. And it is so beautiful. Let that beauty in, really let the beauty in through your eyes. Just seeing, and even things that are not pretty can be very beautiful like this. If you really see them, if you're really just present with your vision. Not judging, not interpreting, not talking about in your head about how you have to go and get one, a new one because it's cracked, or you should water the plants or whatever. None of that. Just being with seeing. Seeing beauty, presence with vision. Okay, and then just closing your eyes and see not seeing. Be present with not seeing, just for the space of a few breaths.
this concludes our presence practice and also this Mirror of Love, the Lover Seeker Archetype introduction. I hope you have enjoyed this recording. Please like it on YouTube when this movie finished. That would be fantastic. Share it with your friends. And sign up to my newsletter, the Path of Love Mystery School newsletter called The Blossoming, which you can find on our website, pathoflovemysteryschool.com. And I will also post a link here on the image so that you can find it easily. Bye for now, with blessings of love. And thank you so much for being with me here today.